Hello everyone, this is Argentinian Spotter and I welcome you again to the channel. Today's video will be the Junkers JU52 Tante Ju from Italeri in 1/72 scale. As you can see, it's an original boxing, even so it has the box art with German, English and what I assume is Swiss letter indications. Italeri just recently reissued the JU52, but in the military transport version with several decal schemes. But this one was my first JU52 ever in the past. This is the second time I have it, and I plan to paint it as the German Manfred von Richthofen Delta Alpha Bravo India Kilo, I think it is. Is it? Let me check the decals. Yes, the D-ABIK. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all in the construction of the kit, which I think I will be following the instructions for the first time, building the cockpit, then the passenger cabin, then the engines, whose propellers won't be added until after the aircraft is decalled, and then I'll add the landing gear. This one will take lots of masking because of the details on the landing gear and on the nose and on the engines. But I'll stop talking now and I'll see you all in the cockpit construction. Alright guys, I said that I was going to see you again when I was building the cockpit, but in fact I wanted to give the assembly of the engines a try, because parts don't really have a very defining locating tabs, so I'm going to try to assemble it in one go, and if it doesn't happen, well, many curses will be said, and hopefully I won't cry because of the engine assembly is too difficult. Okay, first we have to grab the engine face like this. This is the left engine, and I need to add the exhaust ring like this. Should go like this. I think it has to go on the sides that, let me grab my knife, that don't have these tabs here. So carefully I will apply glue here. Of course the glue, the glue has to come out. There we go. Applying glue here, 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 and here. And now carefully I will grab the exhaust ring and attach it here. I think it goes on like this. I don't know. Should go. The instructions aren't very clear either, so you'll have to bear with. Let me. Ah, yes, I know now how they go. I was partially correct, but the glue needs to go on the tabs, on these sides. We're still missing a decent JU52 in 72nd scale. No company has decided to tool a new one. Okay, now that I've discovered how it goes, let me attach it like this. There we go. There we go. Rebel tooled one in 48 scale. Now let me go to the other engine while that one dries, because I want to have as little as annoying moments as possible. There we go. Plain glue here. And now the other exhaust ring goes over here. There we go. Of course, it was going to be more difficult on the second one. There we go. Perfect. Now let's try to add the exhaust ring to the third engine. I'll carefully add it in place. Now repeating the same steps like this. There we go. This one was amazingly easy to attach. Okay, now let's grab the cowling, the left hand cowling, and attach the first engine. Applying glue here. Carefully, I will thread the engine over here. There we go. Like this. And now carefully I will apply glue to this side to attach the other engine, the other cowling. There we go. Like this. There we go. Now carefully what I will do is to add the ring, which will seal the parts together. Come on. There we go. One engine is done. This is the left side engine. Now let's repeat the same step for the other side. For the right hand engine. There we go, like this. Oops, sorry. Plain glue here to the inside of the engine. This one goes on like this. There we go. Now I'll apply glue here and here and here, and I glue this engine together. Of course it had to move. Let me reattach it in place. There we go. Like this. And now I'll add the ring for the engine. There we go. This one took a bit more fettling to add, but it's been added. Now this one goes like this. course this one had to be more difficult. Okay, let's try this again. Apply glue here and on this side. There we go. Now it seems it will fit. There we go. It fits now. So now we have the right hand engine and the left hand engine all assembled. Now it only remains to build the central engine, for which I will add glue here. I think it goes over here. I think this one attaches like this. There we go. Now carefully I will apply some more glue here. And it needs this small part, number 71 at, oops, I'm leaking. Nah, of course I had to have glue on the parts. Well, now this one goes on in the middle like this. Touches on like this. I think it goes on like this. Let me grab my tweezers to accommodate it in place. There we go. Now it's in the middle. Okay, after so much effort, which for you must not seem like it, I will leave these assemblies to dry because I don't want them to separate from anywhere. And the next step will be, yes, to build the cabin, passenger cabin and the cockpit. But this will have to wait for tomorrow because I am too tired. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll pluck up some courage and give the cabin a go. I'll only build on, if I do go on with the cabin, what I will do is to build a single seat and then the others will be built and glued off camera. And checking out the instructions, I'm still missing a bulkhead for the cockpit. So take care and see you all in the next clip. Alright guys, with the engines done, it's time to assemble the cockpit. I have the basic pieces here and the 3 pieces for a single seat. So what I will do now is build the general cockpit and then I show you how I build one of the seats and then the others will be built off camera. Okay, first I need to glue the throttle levers, the throttle quadrant, which needs glue here. Then we attach it to the instrument panel, which doesn't have any PC, any decal or not or anything. There we go, I think it's right in the middle. And now I'll attach it over here. This one goes like this. And it needs to go straight. There we go. Now what I will do is to add the the control yokes, which go over here and goes like this and like this. There we go. One is done, and now it's time to add the passenger seats. So now what I will do is grab the bulkhead for the pilots. These aren't very defined pieces, so they are blank slates. Oh, I was missing the seats for the pilots. A very small detail, but very important. 10 and 9. 9 goes on the left and 10 on the right. There we go. Now the smaller seat goes to the right. Like this. And the larger seat goes to the left. Plain glue here. This one goes over here. These parts also help to give the seats something to hold on. Okay, now let's try this, which goes on like this. Here go the bulkheads and here go the seats. First, the smaller seat goes over here like this, and now the larger seat goes over here. Of course, it doesn't want to fit. Plain glue here. Now this one goes over here. Like this, perfect. Hopefully the cockpit will fit once it's time to attach both fuselage hubs. Of course. This one goes like this. There we go. This one attaches here. Like this. I think I'll apply some more glue to this side and some more glue here. There we go. And now the door for the cockpit. There we go. Now we attach the door for the cockpit like this, and we should be done with the first assembly of the cockpit. Of course, it doesn't want to fit. There we go. Applying again glue here. This one attaches like this. And now let's try to add the seat for one side. I'll apply glue here and on this side too. And this one goes like this. And the other armrest goes on like this. There we go. And now I'll carefully glue one seat. I don't know if I will be adding all the seats or just one. Maybe all of them, because I don't want to be left with remaining parts. There we go. This one attaches like this. Now carefully I will use my knife to add the other. There we go. One seat has been added to the cockpit. Now I will leave everything to dry, and I don't know if I will be adding all the remaining seats, but maybe I will, I don't know. So whatever happens, I will be... You know what? Let me dry fit the cockpit to one side of the fuselage to check for alignment mainly. There we go. It should go on like this. Doesn't seem like it will prove too much of a hassle to add. But whatever happens, I will leave it like that for now. And yes, I will be adding the other seats. I won't be showing that, or maybe I will be building the seats off camera, and then all the seats will be glued on another clip. Take care and see you all in the seat assembly. Alright guys, the seats are all done. Now it's only a matter of assembling them into a cockpit floor. I will start first with the right side and then go to the left one. Okay, first one. One goes there. Two. I mean 3 because one is already added. There we go. 4. Five. Of course the seat had to collapse on itself. There we go. 5. 6. And now the other side. Glue goes here. One. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and number 6. Okay, go guys, we have the cockpit complete sans this bulkhead on the rear, which is slowly drying. I will leave this to dry for some hours before gluing it to the fuselage side. And speaking of fuselage, it's time to paint the metallic zone once the paint is dry. Once that's done, I will paint the area in silver, and then I'll add the windows and start building everything together. So take care and see you all tomorrow. Alright guys, as you can see I have already assembled the entire fuselage. I didn't show you how I did that because it would have needed several hands in order to glue everything together. What I first did was to glue the cabin of the passenger cabin to the right side of the fuselage, then the other side of the fuselage, and then I glued the top of the roof of the cabin. It was a very tight fit and needs a bit of clamping in order to have everything together, but I think I can now call this assembly done. Next step will be the wings, which I will be showing you how I build them. I have already separated the hole, I have already opened the holes for the landing gear, and I hope you are enjoying this video. So take care and see you all in the wing construction. Alright guys, it's time to add the stabilizers to the Junkers. One of the main disadvantages of this kit is that the support braces don't have a hole or something. It has this square peg, and which this one, which is the support strut, attaches to. It's not a very safe assembly, but I'll have to endure it. Okay, now let's glue the stabilizers in place, then the support braces, and I will be building the wings later today. Okay, let's apply glue here, applying glue here too, and let's add this stabilizer. There we go. Now carefully I will add the support strut over here, which goes here. This one goes like this. Let me be careful with this assembly. This one attaches here. Carefully. Here's the twister. Carefully I'll move it in place. There we go. Let me add some more glue to secure it in place. Careful now. There we go. One of the struts is on. Now I'll glue the other one in place, the other stabilizer in place. Plain glue here and over here. There we go. This one goes over here like this. The best part of this assembly is that the stabilizers are a very secure fit, so no second guessing on how they should go. They are a very good fit, unlike some assemblies on other kits. Okay, now applying this strut. There we go. Carefully, perfect. Now both struts are on, And now I leave the fuselage upside down while both assemblies dry, because I don't want them to droop or anything. Take care and see you all in the wing construction. Alright guys, with the fuselage complete and the stabilizers dry, it's time to build the main cores, which are the wings. Here you can see I have already separated them from the sprue gate, and now I will be gluing all of them together. So first off, I will start with the right wing, applying glue here. I'll apply glue to this side. And on the edges of the part. There we go. Now I'll glue them together, the right side. And tape them together in order to have a solid join. One tape. Second tape goes here. Second tape goes over here. A third tape goes here. And some more glue will be required on this seam. There we go. I'll split a piece of tape in half and glue and tape it like this. Now on the other side, the same thing. We'll be applying glue here. Applying glue here and here on the leading edge. There we go. And now carefully I'll glue them together again. There we go. And now the same thing, applying some tape in order to have a resistant union. There we go. There we go. Now what I will do is to glue the wings to the fuselage. Let me remove some tape. The tape that held the cabin roof together. And now I'll dry fit the parts, which as you can see fit okay, nicely. But it has some gaps. One side has gaps and the other one, let me check. The other one has smaller gaps. So let me test fit again. I can make this work. Okay, now let's apply enough glue in order to intoxicate an elephant with the amount of glue applied. Applying glue here too. Again applying glue here. There we go. Now let's add these parts together. There we go. Let me apply more glue here and here too. I'll grab some tape and I'll glue it again. There we go. One tape is done, one side is done. And now I'll tape everything on this side. There we go. One side is taped and secured, sort of. Okay, not so much. Now let me grab some tape and do this. There we go. One side has been taped together. I'll apply some more glue here. And now I'll do the same for the other side. Again, taping everything together. But this time on this side. Applying glue here, here, and here. And I'll glue the wings together. There we go. One side is done. Now I grab again the tape and tape the wings like this. It's a pretty decently sized aircraft. There we go. We have all the wings attached. Now let me apply glue to the joints, to the wing root I mean. Some more glue here for the control yokes. And yes, I think I should have the aircraft more or less assembled. Now what I will do is to wait for it to dry, and then I'll start painting the kit. Hopefully the wings won't come out as a crooked mess, but what I did was to prime the ailerons. So now I'll paint them in metallic, in 90 silver from Rebel, and then I glue them once the build has ended, once the decals have been applied and the aircraft is fully varnished. So I hope to see you in the next step, which will be the decals, because I won't be showing how I paint it. I will see you once it's time to install the landing gear. So take care and see you all in the next clip. Alright guys, the JU52 is ready for decaling. I made a marathonic painting session yesterday to paint the entire aircraft. First I painted the Imperial Germany's flag on the rudder. I then covered the entire empennage with masking tape and painted the fuselage with Rebel 43 neutral gray, which was then painted overcoated entirely with Rebel 90 silver. And then what I did was to mask and paint the black areas of the wing and fuselage. All of this was hand painted, and I think it came out very well. However, I wanted to address something that the instructions don't mention. For example, the landing gear needs Italeri, tells you to open 2 holes on this side of the base for the fuselage. These 2 holes for the struts that sustain the nose gear. However, they don't tell you to open 2 holes on the nose, because the nose gear has 2 pins, one that goes here, another one that goes here. However, the instructions never tell you to open those holes, so if you miss to open them, you end up with being unable to attach properly the landing gear. However, the marking for the installation for the opening of these holes is added faintly on the nose, and it's present as 2 small raised details. So now, if you open them, you can add the nose gear and have everything ready for the installation of the landing gear. This is what I mean. This, you can see the landing gear has 2 pins. One goes over here and another one goes over here. And there we have it. It attaches on like this. And then there's another sprue that goes over here and attaches on this side, and provides resistance for the landing gear. Okay, now what I will do is to add the decals later today, because I have to do some errands now, and I'll see you all once the aircraft is fully decalled and matte varnished. I mean gloss varnish, because airliners tended to be and are glossy in nature. So take care all, and see you in the next clip. Alright guys, the aircraft is almost complete. I have attached the flaps, ailerons and stabilizers in place, and now it's time to attach the main landing gear. Once that's dry, I will turn the model upside down and add the engines, which I could do right now. We'll see, maybe tomorrow. But now I'll start by gluing the landing gear struts together. This one goes here. Let me open the hole a bit more. There we go. Now let's try this again. Applying glue to the landing gear. This one goes over here again. And now it's time to add the one of the support braces for the landing gear. This one goes over here. Like this. Carefully I will attach them in place. Let's try this again. Let me check the instructions on how the landing gear goes. Let me open the hole a bit more. There we go, and now let's try this again, attaching the landing gear strut. Oops, sorry. Okay, you know what? I will cut the mounting hole and apply glue more or less here and here, and I'll attach it on like this. Carefully now. There we go. These things don't go very well. Let me trim the mounting point for the landing gear. And now let's try this again. There we go. Now let's try this again, applying glue here and here on the surface. There we go. One side is done. Let me apply more glue here and here. And now I'll attach the landing gear, the other landing gear here. I'll repeat what I did on the other side, trimming the mounting tab. There we go. So now carefully I will apply glue here and here and here, and I'll attach it like this. There we go. And now carefully I will attach the strut. Careful now. There we go. Both wheels are done. Let me check for alignment of camera. Of course, one of the holes is too small, and now I'll reapply the gear. There we go. Touching it right now. And now that the landing gear is nice and even, I'll glue the strut again, and then I'll add the tail wheel. There we go. Now it's time to add the tail wheel. This one goes like this. There we go. And now what I will do is to add the engines. Maybe I could add also the propellers. Okay, now let's attach the central engine. Applying glue here. And I glue it like this here. Okay, first engine is done. Now let's glue the other one. Plain glue here. This one goes over here. And the other one goes on the other side. Oh no, I'm gluing them incorrectly. This one goes over here, and this one goes on this side. There we go. And now with care I will glue the propellers in place. Propellers are free assemblies, free units I mean. And I hope those are the neatest fitting parts of the kit. One, two. and free. These ones are liberated from the screw gates. And now to get the propellers in place. Okay, now let's cut them from the sprue. These are the free propellers. One prop has been removed. Another one. And the third one. Okay, what I will do now is grab the propellers, glue these circular parts over here, and now I'll glue them in place. There we go. One engine, one propeller done. The second one. It attaches on like this. I'll apply more glue and attach it to the center of the engine. There we go. And now the final propeller. There we go. This one goes over here. And there we have it, guys. The aircraft is almost complete. Now it all remains to do is to add the clear parts, but that we wait until tomorrow because I have to wait for the ailerons to dry and the landing gear too. So take care and see you all tomorrow once I install the clear parts. Alright guys, with the aircraft almost completed, it's time to add the last remaining part, which is the windscreen. Once I glue it, I will give my thoughts on this kit. Okay, now let's carefully add glue here and here. And now I glue the clear part in position. And there we have it. The Ju-52 civilian from Italeri is complete. What I think about this kit? The first thing I think is that it's the only option for a civilian Ju-52. Heller does in 72nd scale. In 48 you have Rebel and Monogram. And in 44 you have Edward, but they haven't manufactured the kit in a long time. In 48 you have the Rebel kit, but its current boxing is the military version. Alright, back to the kit. It's not a bad kit, but it could be, it's a product of the 70s, so it's obvious it will have some fit issues. My main issue was the cockpit, because it didn't have much details and the fit of the parts was sloppy at best, because they don't have alignment tabs. Only the only thing that comes in the cockpit is the seat slab, is the floor slab, and then you have to add all the other parts by eye without any guiding pins. My second issue was that the instructions were wrong in the installation of the landing gear, because Italeri tells you to open holes, which you can see here filled with putty, but they are for the landing gear struts, but they aren't long enough to fit here, so they sit out a couple millimeters outwards. Then the other massive omission is the opening in the instructions of the main gear holes. I had to open them by guiding myself with a pair of raised circles on the center section of the wing, and that's the only thing I had to guide myself. Now onto the self-applied problems, which were the decals. When I opened this kit originally at home, I thought the decals would be of poor quality even in spite of being printed by cartograph. So I gave them first 2 coats of microscales liquid decal film, and then before assembling the kit I gave it a third one. Little did I know that the repeated applications of decal film would raise the thickness of the decal. I wasn't thinking straight at that moment, and it became a real chore to have the decals sink into the panel lines. In fact, almost none of them follow carefully the corrugations of the kit. I had to use several applications of Mr. Mark software, which wasn't very powerful against 3 thick coats of liquid decal film, but in the end I triumphed, except on the Manfred von Richthofen decals, which the left one curled up and had to be removed, and I had to use a spare without the H after the C from the decal sheet in order to complete the kit. In as much as I have some errors, obviously I think the kit came out very well. I am especially proud of the German Empire flag on the rudder, because the kit came with a decal, and I just masked and painted the entire section, which is the first time I do a flag on any kit. Barring those issues aside, the kit was nice, it was enjoyable to build, but now I'm ready for a new kit, a Tamiya kit. Maybe the F4U 1A Corsair 148 scale, and you can see here on this shiny stuff the silvering that occurred after the decals were applied. Okay, I'll leave you with the final reveal pictures. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, like and subscribe on the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video, which may or may not be the Corsair. Take care and see you in the next video.